Hello viewers. So moving to the next question and the last one in this is of GATE 2025 Electrical Engineering Solutions from Subject Signal Systems. Let's cover the solution detailed solution question number 61. This is 2 marks. This is NAT numerical answer type. It is based on filters, ideal low pass filter. We have to find the value of h of 0. The question is as follows. An ideal low pass filter has the frequency response given by h of j omega equal to 1 for mod of omega less than equal to 200 pi and 0 otherwise. Let h of t be its time domain representation. Then h of 0 equal to rounded off to the nearest integer we have to find. It's a numerical value. Let's move on to solution for this question. It is simple actually, basically based on the frequency response. So we will draw the frequency response given for h of omega. So h of j omega is given as like this. Ideal low pass filter of bandwidth 200 pi. Unity gain. So we will first find the expressions for h of t using the inverse Fourier transform as like this. H of t equal to 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to infinity h of j omega e to the power j omega t d omega. So we put the value of h of omega as per the definition given. It is 1 for omega between minus 200 by 200 pi and 0 otherwise. So it will basically be 1 by 2 pi integration of minus 200 pi to 200 pi 1 into e to the power j omega t d omega. Now basically we will just solve it. 1 by 2 pi integration of this becomes e to the power j omega t by jt, right? The limits are minus 200 pi to 200 pi for omega, right? To simplify this, we will get what? क्या मिलेगा हमें? सिंपल करते चलिए 1 by j 2 pi t, right, into e to the power j 200 pi t minus e to the power minus j 200 pi t. j theta minus e to the power minus j theta is what? j2 sin theta. So it will be j2 sin of 200 pi t by j2 pi t. j2 get cancelled, we are left with sin of 200 pi t by pi t. Now we can see at h equal to 0, this will be a 0 by 0 form in indeterminate. So we have to take the limit. So h of 0 will be what? Limit t tends to 0, h of t. Otherwise there is no meaning. It will be basically nothing but limit t tends to 0. You can write this as sin 200 pi t by 200 pi t times 200. Right? Right here, 200 into this. Limit t x tends to 0, sin x by x, sin kx by kx will be what? 1, right? So this is 200 into this value of this limit. This is 1. This is the standard limit of sin k theta by k theta form, but theta tends to 0 or t tends to 0 in this case. So 200 into 1, which is nothing but 200. 200. Right. Just have to put evaluate the limit t tends to 0 h of t. First we found h of t using the answer to this question is 200. It is already an integer, so no need to round it off. This is the simple answer. Numerical value correct one. So basically what we did is first found the expression of h of t using the inverse Fourier transform definition. Then we, as h of t is indeterminate, at t equal to 0, we found the limit of h of t tends to 0 to find h of 0 as 200, which is the correct answer to this question, numerical value. So I have all explained it in front of the very basics and in detail to reach the answer and how to approach if right from the first step. Hope the solution is clear and comprehensible, and that is all in the solution for this question based on ideal low pass filter frequency response. And also in this, for this subject, signal systems, I have discussed the solutions to all the 7 questions. Please go through each of them carefully, and I hope they are already well explained, but still if you have any doubts or queries, you are always free to ask in the comments, and I will be very glad to answer, to address your doubts and resolve them. So hope that will help. So that's all for the solution. Thank you.